got here to the United States, the legendary Freddie Roach. Freddie, thank you so much for inviting us into your legendary and famed gym. Let's talk about August 21, the assignment for Manny Pacquiao, Errol. Freddie Roach. Freddie, thank you so much for inviting us into your legendary and famed gym. Let's talk about August 21, the assignment for Manny Pacquiao, Errol, Spence Jr. My question to you is, you guys could have fought anybody in the world, but why did you select Errol Spence Jr.?
Well, we thought that Errol Spence was one of the best fighters out there, and I've had long talks with Manny along the years, and we always said that he wants to be in the game and be the best at what he does. And the thing is, there's no sense in just getting some stiff out there, some fighter that nobody knows about, and maybe he's just popular or something like this for some reason or another. But this is a real fighter, and I congratulate Manny when he picked to fight this fighter, and I says that's a great choice, and we're going to stay on top this way. And Manny's trained really hard for the fight so far, and we got 3 more weeks to go, and he's in great shape, but he's ready to go.
Now, there are two schools of thought when it comes to ring rust, because Manny has been away from the ring since July of 2019 when he defeated Keith Thurman, handing him the first professional defeat of his career. Some think that ring rust is a bad thing. Other times, especially as you get older, that it might benefit him in terms of allowing his body to heal. Where do you fall in terms of that school of thought?
Well, it's kind of a shady area a little bit. It could be good, it could be bad. But the thing about it is that Manny works out all the time. He sends me tapes on his workouts. He sends me everything there is to know about what he's up to. And I kind of adjust what he does and work on this a little bit more and work on that a little bit more. And so we communicate back and forth. Very poorly, though, by phone or by computer. But the thing is, we're not like the type of people that just talk on the phone about what's happening in the world or anything like that. But he does send me tapes, and then I watch him and I criticize what he does good and what he does bad, and it works out very well. So then when he showed up here, he's like, I just talked to him yesterday, and the thing is, he's back in training camp. We got 3 weeks to go, and he had probably his best sparring session yesterday. It was 10 rounds, 2 knockdowns. It was the old Manny Pacquiao.
So the Manny Pacquiao of 10 years ago.
Yes, of 10 years ago, where he used to do that in the smaller weight divisions. And then fighting at this weight division, though, at 147, we haven't really knocked anyone out yet. And he's not as big a puncher at this weight class than he was at the smaller ones. But he's really on fire for this one. And the 2 knockdowns yesterday were a big positive for him. And fortunately, those 2 fighters were both 47-pounders.
Sounds like he has a lot of good momentum in the final week plus of training camp, final couple weeks.
Yeah, we really, I needed it because I was a little bit worried because a little bit sluggish here, a little bit sluggish there. And, traveling over, they come from the Philippines, they went to Japan, had an emergency stop there, had to fly back to the Philippines, get another plane, and then back out here.
So when exactly did he get here to start training camp with you here at Wildcard?
About 10 days ago.
Okay, about 10 days ago. So it'll be about a 4-week training camp here at Wildcard for the fight with Errol Spence, and then he was also training in the Philippines.
Yes, and the work here, though, is just sparring partners right away, and I have 3 really good sparring partners, all contenders. And
Can you give us their names?
Maybe future fights. Roach is one of the guys, and I got a kid that's 18-0 from Chicago, and I forget his name.
Okay.
And so he's doing really well. He knows that he's going to outbox this guy, and because his opponent's a little bit heavy on his feet, and he's not a real good boxer, but he's a very good puncher. So if we get in the pocket with him, we can land a quick combination, but then we need to get out of that pocket quickly because he will hit us back.
So you can't stay around for too long and admire your work is what you're saying that you don't want Manny to do on August 21st on pay-per-view.
Exactly, yes. In and out, combinations really quick, and then you're out right away. And then possibly, depending on what the opponent does, you might be back in again in a second. You know, so it's a very tactical workout for Manny, but it's worked very good so far.
Freddie, why did you say that Errol Spence Jr. or that Keith Thurman was a tougher opponent than that of Errol Spence Jr.?
Just to play with him.
Oh, so it's just gamesmanship. Just you being you.
They're both very good fighters. Let's face it. We know this, and I told Manny, I said, something that gave you a lot of momentum in that first fight was that you knocked him down early. And I said, I'd like to see that in this fight also. I said, but you've got to use your speed. And I said, you're in the pocket, you're out of the pocket really quickly. And he understands completely what I want. And he showed me he can do that yesterday.
Do you think that win or lose, that we might be seeing Manny Pacquiao inside the boxing ring for the final time, or are there plans, no matter what happens, for him to have one more?
Well, we've thought about one more later on, but the thing is, this fight is a big fight, and it's a big name, and a win here would be great for us. But the thing is, I always tease Manny about being president. And, he never tells me that he's going to run for presidency, but I hear everywhere that maybe he is. And I said, hey, Manny, imagine if the president of your country defended his world title on TV. And he looks at me and smiles, and I think this could happen.
Well, Manny loves challenges.
He does. He loves challenges, and it's something he would do.
And from my understanding, wouldn't he have, if he is to run for the presidency of the Philippines, wouldn't he have to declare sometime in the fall?
Yes, and there's a little competition there and so forth, but I think Manny's the most well-liked person in the Philippines, and he does more for the people there than anywhere. He builds homes for thousands of people. He's very, very kind to everybody because he grew up poor and he knows what it's like, and he doesn't like people to suffer. And I get afraid of him spending all his money on those people and not his family so much. But the thing is that it's just the way it is.
He started his political career as a congressman and now is a senator. Has he gotten better being able to balance his political endeavors and his his priorities that he has to handle from a political standpoint, responsibilities over there for the Philippines, but also his responsibilities when it comes to preparing for a fight of this magnitude against Errol Spence Jr.?
It's been a little bit difficult because he has to stay up late on sessions in the Senate and so forth, and he comes to the gym sometimes a little bit tired, and I tell him, why don't you just go home and sleep it off a little bit and then come back later. But he's consistently on time and ready to go at all times. And so I looked at him today. He's a little tired today. You'll see, and because he had to do a session last night, so he does have to do like 3 sessions a week here in America, and it's not killing me, but I don't like it.
So 2 southpaws from a stylistic standpoint. How much from a game plan standpoint, strategically, that you have on your plate to get ready for a fellow southpaw, someone who's big and strong, likes to attack the body, is methodical in the way that Errol Spence is?
Yes. The biggest thing about southpaws is that Manny Pacquiao from day one loves to fight southpaws because he is one and he understands how they work and how they set things up and so forth. Manny Pacquiao loves fighting southpaws, and that's the main reason I took this fight.
So looking at the event on August 21st, in a perfect world, how does the fight play out between Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. on Fox Sports PBC Pay-Per-View?
The thing is, I think Manny outboxes him, and that's the key factor in the fight. Manny's foot speed is unbelievable. It's much better than his opponent's. His opponent kind of plots around a little bit and follows you. He's heavy on his feet, and he seems like he's very set to the ground. And I think Manny's speed will overwhelm him in the in and out program we have going, and I'm really happy with the game plan so far.
My final question to you, do you think that we will ever see an 8-division world champion, something that Manny Pacquiao has accomplished over the course of his 20-year-plus career?
You know, people tell me, like, this guy might be the next Manny Pacquiao and so forth, and I hear that a lot and stuff. And I says, you know what? There's only one Manny Pacquiao, and then there'll be another one. I don't think that record will ever be broken.
Freddie, thank you so much. The best of luck. We look forward to seeing you in Fight Week in Las Vegas.
Thank you very much.
The legendary Freddie Roach joining us. The Manny Pacquiao workout continues here in Los Angeles. Thank you, Freddie. Always a pleasure talking with you. Love your knowledge. Thank you very much, Freddie.
I wish we could hear what he was saying, what they were talking about. Me personally, I think the Southpaw versus Southpaw is going to work against Manny Pacquiao. I mean, you know, here's my biggest concern about the fight. Is Manny Pacquiao going to get old overnight? And it's not really overnight. The last time he was in the ring against Keith Thurman, what was it, July the 19th, or I believe it was July the 20th of 2019. So by the time he gets into the ring, that's going to be a 25-month layoff for a 42-year-old.
I got clear.
You know?
Negative.
I have concerns. My man Buboy.
All right, we are joined alongside by a man who's been by the side of Manny Pacquiao pretty much since the beginning of his professional career. Buboy Fernandez. Buboy, thank you so much for your time. How excited is Manny Pacquiao ahead of his matchup against Errol Spence Jr. on August 21st on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View?
First of all, I'm surprised that because since we live up almost 2 years, and then one day Manny called me that you can go here in Manila because we're doing our practice. I said, what? So who's your opponent? He said, Errol Spence. Oh, excited fight, I said to them. So
You said what?
I said to them, it's very excited fight because Errol Spence is a good fighter and he go forward.
Did it take you by surprise? Because it took many of us by surprise.
I'm very surprised because we live for 2 years. So no, and then he told me that he gonna fight again against Errol Spence. So I said, okay, that's very excited fight.
So how has training camp been like? How does this Manny Pacquiao compare to the Manny Pacquiao even 2 years ago as he was preparing to fight Keith Thurman?
Of course, I admit that they have some little bit difference because, you know, Manny's 42 years old. But his move and his, what we call this, his punching and his mind always in the boxing. So I always said that I show to the people that it's different Manny Pacquiao in August 21.
Freddie Roach just told us that he was very happy with what he saw at Manny, especially yesterday, because he said it was the best sparring session that he's had since he's gotten here to Los Angeles when he arrived 10 days ago. You know, do you believe the same thing?
Yes, because before we arrived here in the United States to continue our training, we trained already in the Philippines. No, we're doing sparring already there, and then yesterday we were surprised that Manny can knock down his sparring partner. So
Guys who are at 147.
yeah, 147. So all of the team is very happy for the performance yesterday. So all the condition is there already. So we need to continue our training for Manny. So this coming August 21, I tell them 110% is a very different Manny Pacquiao.
In your mind, no matter what happens on August 21st, do you feel that this might be the final time we see Manny Pacquiao inside the boxing ring, or does he have one more left after the fight with Errol Spence?
You know, either me, I cannot see that. I cannot decide also because either we grew up together, we know each other, but he's the only one can tell that he wants to continue the legacy or this is the last one.
If you were a betting man, would you say that this is the final one or that he has one more to go?
For me, as his best friend and like a brother to him, for me, after this fight, one more fight for the what we call this farewell. So I wish that his farewell, and I put that in the Philippines. The people of the Philippines who watch the fight to him for free.
Yeah. So one fight in the Philippines is what you would like to see. One more farewell fight after the fight with Spence.
Yes, because we are not so longer young. So after this fight, one more fight, and then he decided in the next fight is for farewell or he wants to continue once more, and then the final for farewell in the Philippines. He's the only one can decide that one.
But speaking of the Philippines, there is a major presidential election happening next year, and there are overtures that Manny may run for president. Do you think that Manny Pacquiao will run for presidency of the Philippines?
Yeah. Before the news come out on all over the world, Manny he called me one day and he said, "Go here in Manila. We talk personally with your wife." And then I bring my wife, and then Jink is there, Manny, and me and my wife. And then I asked him, "What is the very important? You tell me." He said, "You need to prepare." I said, "For what?" "I need to run for presidential candidate." I said, "Oh, really? Are you sure for that?" He said, "Yeah.
It's going down.
Almost done all the preparation." I said to him, "That's your decision. So I need to support you because we both together work in the government. He's the senator. Now I am the vice mayor of my municipality. So we both work together in the government. So whatsoever happen, I need to support my best friend for his,
President Pacquiao.
presidential candidacy."
And what is it like juggling the responsibilities that you have in your political careers and looking out for your people in the Philippines, but also preparing for this mega fight on August 21st against Errol Spence on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View?
We know that together a long time ago before we Manny entered into politics. We studied that how to balance the time between the politician and as a fighter. So since Manny entered in the Congress, so we study already how to balance. Then Manny entered in the Senate, and we both us go to the politics. We know each other already, but on this time, if Manny's run as a president of the Republic of the Philippines, so you make it 110% to focus that one. That is I think that time is no more boxing.
It doesn't sound like you guys enjoy much downtime, huh?
Yeah, but I'm very happy also, and Manny, he's very happy also to help to the poor people. We never forget where we are before. So we see. But the very important is August 21. But careful, he's only 43 years old, but he's very dangerous.
How do you see the fight transpiring and unraveling on August 21st against Errol Spence?
To him with Manny?
Yes.
Oh, it's different. I know. I have a big respect for Errol Spence. He's a good guy. He's a good fighter. He's a good record. He's also a world champion. So that's why I told to all the team we don't underestimate Errol Spence. Because Errol Spence is a very good fighter, and very intelligent. So the very important is to Manny, we give him 110% the condition because I expect this fight he got fight toe-to-toe.
You think it's going to be a toe-to-toe fight?
Yeah, I think this is toe-to-toe fight.
Boy, you're getting me really excited for August 21st.
Yes, sir. So watch how the beast man.
Buboy Fernandez joining us here at the famed Wildcard Boxing Gym here in Los Angeles as we continue with the Manny Pacquiao workout.
All right. Okay. You can go ahead and.
Justin, right?
Yes. bring the life. Yeah, it's the energy.
Beautiful.
What? Huh? Remember, I've been hitting the head a lot, so I forget a lot of things.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We are now joined alongside by the strength and conditioning coach of the 8th Division World Champion Manny Pacquiao, Justin Fortune. Justin, thank you so much for taking time out, being here at Wildcard Boxing Gym. We are days away until Manny Pacquiao steps inside the ring against Errol Spence Jr. in only a few weeks' time. What is the feeling amongst camp in terms of how Manny's feeling as he heads into his pay-per-view showdown?
He's in good spirits. We're at 90%, 95%. He'll peak on time, on the day. And, it's a Pacquiao fight. They're always exciting. So, and this will be nothing different to everyone else. This fight, he's fighting for his legacy. And, he wins this fight, he picks up, another 3 titles. And goes down as the greatest fighter in history.
25-month layoff, and then the opponent is Errol Spence. When Manny told you, hey, my next opponent's Errol Spence, were you surprised or did it not surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise me because Pacquiao chooses the best. He hasn't ducked anyone. Look at his record. So no, it doesn't surprise me. Well, as far as that, Errol's not the same guy after the accident.
You don't think he's the same guy?
No, do you?
I mean, I thought he looked very good against Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia I was disappointed in Garcia. I never pulled the trigger. Danny's a much, much better fighter than that. And even if it was 2 great fights, he came away with a fucking black eye in 12 rounds. This guy sends you to hospital. You don't go to post-fight press conferences. You're in hospital getting checked up. It's the difference, you know what I mean? So I don't see Errol as being that much of a puncher as everyone says.
So you don't seem to be too impressed with Spence, is what I'm.
No, I don't think he's the same guy after the accident. You know what I mean? Simple as that. And you don't walk away from that fucking accident with lifelong injuries. So.
And for Manny, as he gets up in age, you've been a strength and conditioning coach. He's 42 years of age. He will be 43 later on in December of this year. What are some of the challenges that you have in terms of not pushing him too hard, when to push, when not to push, things along those lines?
We've been with Manny for 20 years, since 2002, so we know him. I know Manny very well. I know my fighters. When you look at them, you tell by their body language whether we rest or we don't rest. This is obviously with his age, it's more fight specific. It's not pushing him too hard. And someone like Pacquiao, and great fighters, Virgil Hill, Fennec, all those guys, you have to pull them back, and that's it. It's just fighting, or just being fight specific in your training.
Has the layoff helped Manny in terms of allowing his body to heal up over these past 25 months?
I don't know, man. I'm not Manny.
I mean, have you seen? But I'm saying, have you seen that? Like, what have you seen?
So, when he came back in, when we were first sparring, he's shaking off some rust. But as of last week, the sparring picked up good. Timing came into play. Everything's sort of starting to come together again, which was to be expected for any fighter with that long a layoff. And, this pandemic's had a lot of fighters lay off for a long time. So we're all in the same boat, really.
Freddie told us that yesterday he had a sensational sparring day and probably his best day in camp that he has had since he got here to Los Angeles 10 days ago. Do you feel the same way?
It was a good sparring session, and he's back up on his toes and punching and moving. So when he does that, you can't be hit. You can't hit him. No offense to him, but better guys have tried and haven't been able to do it. So when he gets up on his toes and he starts moving and punching, he's tough. You've seen him. He's impossible to bloody hit. It was a good sparring day. He will get better, though. That was the start of it. That's where we start off now. Now you can see where he's going to peak, and we'll peak on the night of the fight.
Have you been doing anything different, or have you been doing pretty much the same thing with Manny and preparing him with his strength conditioning and his running and things along those lines?
No, just more explosion, more plyometrics, a lot of leg plies, just to get him up onto his toes again and start to move like that. That's all it is, just with that speed and explosion.
You've been around combat sports for several decades.
way too fucking long, mate.
So, have you ever seen, is it sort of like an anomaly when you see Manny do these things? Like, how is this guy even human?
In this sport, because he's been number one or world champ for 20 years. So yeah, it's phenomenal. He's just a freak. In our sport, he's our Jordan, and he's our sport's freak of nature. Simple as that.
Do you ever think, and I asked Freddie Roach this, do you ever believe that we will see an 8-division world champion?
Never. That's why I go, you will never see someone like Pacquiao again. Not in my lifetime, certainly not. No, I don't believe you'll ever see it again. He was a one-off.
Not only that, but he means obviously a lot to the Philippines, not just from a prize fighting standpoint, from a politician standpoint. I asked Buboy, asked Freddie, do you feel that Manny Pacquiao will run for presidency of the Philippines?
That's what he said he was going to do. So usually when he says it, he does it. It's a whole different ballgame. That's something that, that's a whole different job. Jesus Christ, boxing is bad, politics is worse.
And Justin, in a perfect world, how does the fight play out on August 21st against Errol Spence Jr. in Las Vegas on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View? In a perfect world, in Justin Fortune's perfect world, how does the fight with Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence play out?
Well, in a perfect world, we stop Errol, and that's the end of it. But boxing ain't perfect, and anything can happen. So no predictions. I predict we're going to win, but it all depends on the night and who shows up. That's all. I know Pacquiao will show up. We'll see what happens with Errol.
Justin, thank you so much. All the best of luck. Look forward to seeing you soon.
All right, mate. No worries. Thank you.
Justin Fortune joining us as the Manny Pacquiao workout continues here at the famed Wildcard Boxing Gym in Los Angeles. We inch closer to Pacquiao Spence on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View.
So, what can you do? Can you talk like forever?
Yeah, I can talk.
Okay.
You want to tell? Let me just see what's going on with, do we have anyone else to grab?
I mean,
I just turned the decibels up. Let's eavesdrop.
Well, it would help.
Well, let me talk about the undercard. Let's just start talking about the undercard. Can you tell them that let's start about?
What are they talking about?
He wants to talk about the undercard.
Shh! Yeah. Shut up, Tommy.
Just take a step back.
Let me turn it really loud. Can we hear what's going on? Damn. Nothing juicy.
Good.
Well, anyway, yeah. So we're going to talk about the undercard and everything after the fight. Oh, they're about to actually start the workout. Oh, no, this is what happens. He goes around the ring, and the people who are lined up around the ring get their interviews. Now, because of COVID restrictions, that place is not a zoo.
Once again,
oh, wait,
here
I'll
at
shut
the
up.
Wildcard Boxing Gym in Los Angeles, I'm Ray Flores. Well, listen, we are awaiting Manny Pacquiao, the 8-division world champion. He's making his rounds with the media here at the Wildcard Boxing Gym in Los Angeles as we are a few weeks away until Manny Pacquiao takes on Errol Spence Jr. It is the fight of the summer on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. It will be a sellout crowd at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. If you are in the Las Vegas area or want to get there, get your tickets now, AXS.com, or you can purchase it and watch it live from the comfort of your home on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Not only do we have Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. coming up on August 21, but the undercard was announced as here is what we have on tap for that very evening. 4 fights scheduled for the pay-per-view portion, as we have a matchup featuring the Filipino sensation Mark Magsayo, who puts his undefeated record on the line. He will go head-to-head against the hard-hitting Mexican Julio Ceja. This one is a nostalgia fight. This is a throwback fight between two guys who've been around the block, and now they get the opportunity to collide live on pay-per-view. It'll be from Northern California, the Ghost Robert Guerrero, as he will go head-to-head against vicious Victor Ortiz. I absolutely love this fight. Why? Because I don't know what's going to happen. I expect both men to stand and trade, and it'll be very interesting to see who will be able to withstand each other's power. Both men have had moments of brilliance. Both men have had some serious, they've lost to Floyd Mayweather. So what's going to happen between Victor Ortiz and Robert Guerrero? All I know is that as they get up in age in their 30s, you anticipate that they're going to stand in the center of that ring and just throw bombs at each other and really go at it. A toe-to-toe affair is expected in that one. The co-main event will feature the Cuban sensation, the WBA welterweight champion. He holds a title from the WBA at 147, Yordenis Ugas, who will go head-to-head. He will put his title on the line against Fabian TNT Maidana. Now, you're probably thinking, Maidana, Argentina? Well, it's because he's the younger brother of Marcos Maidana, the former world champion, who incidentally fought Floyd Mayweather on two separate occasions, also defeated Adrian Broner back in December of 2013. And then in our main event of the evening, you will see Manny Pacquiao, the 8th Division world champion, once again put his skills to the test against Errol Spence Jr. Pacquiao's been away from the ring for 25 months. And talking with Freddie Roach, Buboy Fernandez, Justin Fortune, they've all said that he isn't showing signs of ring rust. Errol Spence Jr., he's coming off of a win, a decisive victory over Danny Garcia last December at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, where he really went out there and put on a clinical-like performance coming off of that horrific car accident that he had over a year and a half ago. This was in October of 2019. Spence defeated Sean Porter here in Los Angeles at Staples Center at the end of September of 2019. And then a few weeks later, he had that horrific car accident, came back to the ring after 14 months away from the sport, and defeated Danny Garcia in impressive fashion. And Errol Spence Jr., and look, they both have been on a collision course for well over 2 years, dating back since when Errol Spence defeated Mikey Garcia in March of 2019 at AT&T Stadium in front of nearly 50,000 fans. That was also on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Leading into the fight with Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence said, "My dream fight is to fight Manny Pacquiao." And Pacquiao, so coincidentally and symbolically, got in the ring after Errol Spence Jr. defeated Mikey Garcia. Jerry Jones was in the ring. He was smiling from ear to ear. He loves it. And lo and behold, over 2.5 years later, the fight gets made. I'll be honest with you. When I saw the breaking news from Manny Pacquiao's social media, Pacquiao Spence, originally, I was like, is this real? Well, lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, it is real. And we are just over 2 weeks away from Manny Pacquiao taking on Errol Spence Jr. What a magnificent fight at 147, two of the world's best at 147. And now we are joined alongside by the 8th Division World Champion. Manny could stand right there. The 8th Division World Champion, the Senator from Sarangani Province, Philippines. Obviously, as he collides against Errol Spence Jr. on August 21st on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Manny Pacman Pacquiao joining us here at the famed Wildcard Boxing Gym in Los Angeles. Manny, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us, why Errol Spence Jr.?
I pick Errol Spence because I want to fight one of the best and to add in my legacy.
And you could have fought anybody, but is it because you wanted to test yourself against the world's best?
Yes, exactly. I can easily pick the easy opponent, easy to win, but I rather pick the one of the best so that I can prove that at the age of 42, Manny Pacquiao is not done yet.
You've been away from the ring. It will be 25 months since the last time you stepped inside the ring, a victory over Keith Thurman in July of 2019. How are you feeling? Are you concerned about ring rust, or has the time allowed your body to heal and get yourself ready for battle on August 21?
Well, I'm expecting a good fight, especially this tournament is especially Errol Spence, aggressive fighter. I know that we can create more action in the ring, and I can imagine now.
Where do you feel you have the advantages against Errol Spence? Not giving away your game plan, but where do you feel you're superior to Spence?
My advantage, I think, my speed and my power also, and strategy and experience. That's what I saw of my advantage.
You turned pro in 1995. Did you ever think that we are here in August of 2021 that you'd still be fighting?
I never imagined this one, and beyond of my imagination that I am still here, keep on fighting with the best, and this is a gift from God, and I'm so thankful to God of keeping me
I
safe,
see that
and giving
aging.
me good hope.
I don't know about
How
you.
have you been able, you started off your political career as a congressman, now you're a senator. We're hearing overtures that you may decide to run for the presidency. But how do you balance your political responsibilities and also your responsibilities to being a prize fighter, getting ready for Errol Spence on August 21?
Yes, that we can apply time management and discipline. That's the most important thing, management and time management.
So I'm hearing reports that if you were to run for the presidency of the Philippines, you have to declare sometime in the fall. You want to give us kind of an idea of where you're leaning towards?
Declare, yeah, I like I said, one at a time. After this fight, I can, by September, that's the time that I will make decision if I'm going to run or not.
He
You're a
running.
proud family man. What does your family, your wife Jinky, what do they think about you fighting Errol Spence on August 21st?
It can be big legacy, another legacy to my career, and add my family is very supportive to me, and I think this is very important to me to win this fight, to bring honor to my country, and also to prove of my being 42 that I'm still here.
So you sort of want to go and show that age is but a number.
Age is about number. You're right.
And looking at, in a perfect world for Manny Pacquiao, when you step inside the ring against Errol Spence, how do you see the fight playing out?
I always expect him to come in inside and more action. We create more action in the ring. I think I don't know if he's going to use his advantage as a height advantage and long reach arm. So it depends. But I'm ready for that.
We're hearing there is hints that maybe on August 21, is that the final time we're going to see Manny Pacquiao step inside the boxing ring, or do you want to have one more after the fight with Spence?
That's a very good question. I can say it could be, or there more. I mean, like I said over and over, that one at a time. After that fight, let's talk about the plan for next. If there's a
He talking about you, Terrence Crawford.
Final two questions for you, Manny. Do training camps mean more to you now because you are in the later stages of your career? You and Freddie Roach have this father-son bond. It has been special to watch over the past 20-plus years. But when you know that it's one of the final training camps that you're going to have with Freddie and Buboy and your entire team, does it mean that much more to you?
Yeah, I'm happy doing this for the longest time with my same coaching staff, coaching people like Freddie and Buboy, and I'm sure they're happy of my performance, especially in training preparation for this fight. The team is happy. The fire and training is still there.
Is the hungerness still there, though? The hungerness.
In past 15 years.
When you're being a trailblazer for the Philippines as well, we see Filipino Olympians that are getting silver medals. You have your own promotional company, MP Promotions. You know, Mark Magsayo. You know, we see Yumir Marshall out in the Olympics as well. A lot of young, hungry guys that we're seeing, and that you are really giving them the opportunity to display their talents.
Yes, I'm planning to help them because I know my career is not will not last long anymore because I'm 42. That's why I'm starting helping the young people who want to follow my steps.
And finally, what can fans expect on August 21st at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas? You against Errol Spence Jr., a big night of boxing for the Welterweight Championship of the world.
To all the fans, boxing fans, please come and watch this fight, once in a life fight. And it could be this is my last fight or there are more. Don't miss it. It's going to be a good fight, more action in the ring. And this fight is, I would like to dedicate this to the Filipino people for the honor of our country. Thank you.
Well, Manny, if this is the final time that we see you step inside those ropes, on behalf of all boxing fans, thank you for the memories. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you for being so emblematic of what it means to being a world-class prize fighter. We thank you for what you did, and all the best of luck to you on August 21st.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And like I said, I want to encourage everyone, the fighters, to put boxing industry in a high esteem level that people will respect and the fans will respect about boxing. So we're the one who going to help it and promote it to the boxing fans that they will respect us.
The 8th Division World Champion, Manny Pacman Pacquiao. I call him the 8th wonder of the world, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be working out August 21st. Pacquiao Spence, Fox Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Do not miss it.
Thank you.
So the Q&A session is over. He's going to go, I guess, go do whatever he's going to do back there, and then he's going to actually start his workout.
What's his nickname? Magnificent, right? Magnifico. Mark Magnifico.
Here, let me mute this. So, I put all the information down below in the description box if you want to know what the undercard is. It is going to be your Dennis Ugas defending his WBA Super Championship, the belt that Manny Pacquiao won off of Keith Thurman. We're going to talk about that later on in the video. He's going to be fighting Fabian Maidana, the brother of Marcos El Chino Maidana. You have Victor Ortiz, former WBC champion, 147 pounds, former Floyd Mayweather opponent. He's going to be taking on Robert Guerrero, also former WBC champion, 147-pound Floyd Mayweather opponent. I know it's some old 2012, 2013 shit, but I like the fight. We know somebody gonna get beat up, and they both so long in the tooth. I was a little bit distracted, but right there, you know, I'm still a man, but that was some spontaneous bootay. Let's be professional here, though. Yeah, I was a little distracted. So anyway, let's turn up, see what they're talking about. Oh shit, that's Cynthia Conti.
You're watching Manny
no disrespect.
Pacquiao workout here in Los Angeles at the famed Wildcard Boxing Gym. Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence Jr., August 21, live on Fox Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Great to talk with the 8th Division World Champion, the senator from Sarangani Province in the Philippines. Great to break down his matchup against Errol Spence Jr., a big night of boxing coming your way on August 21st from a sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It will be a sold-out arena. Limited tickets are available. AXS.com is how you can purchase them, or go to the T-Mobile box office if you are in Las Vegas. Well, Manny Pacquiao told me during our interview moments ago that this is a legacy fight. That is what he is categorizing this as. It is a legacy fight for him. And lo and behold, we are very much looking forward to this matchup. It is the fight of the summer between Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. as Manny Pacquiao, at 42 years of age, still wants to put his skills to the test against the world's best. You will see Manny Pacquiao work out
I want some
in a few
PEDs.
moments as he is doing his rounds with the media. Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. again. Saturday, August 21. It's brought to you by MP Promotions, Man Down Promotions, along with TGB Promotions, and presented by Premier Boxing Champions. Manny doing a few more interviews, and then we will go ahead and you will watch him work out and hit the mitts with his renowned trainer, the legendary, the Hall of Famer, Freddie Roach. Great to be here in Los Angeles for this workout. And again, we are just over 2.5 weeks away until Manny Pacquiao takes on Errol Spence Jr. for the welterweight championship of the world. It is Pacquiao. It is Errol Spence, August 21. And it all begins at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. I also saw a member of the Undercards, Mark Pacquiao, who takes on Julio Ceja. He's already in impeccable physical shape and ready for his matchup against Julio Ceja, being promoted by MP Promotions in a Filipino descent and a Filipino himself. He realizes the honor that it is to be fighting on a card of this magnitude alongside a man who he considers to be a hero in Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao has really done a lot for the Philippines. He's given back so much to what, Filipino boxing. He goes ahead and he is promoting Ymir Marshall, who is competing in the Olympics. I believe he's in the medal round right now. Also, he promotes Mark Pacquiao, and a lot of young Filipino fighters are now getting the opportunity to come to the United States and train and fight on American television because of what Manny Pacquiao was able to do. So Manny Pacquiao, in many instances, in more ways than one, is a trailblazer. He's a pioneer, and I think that we're going to see
Chill, cuz she had a baby. I didn't know that was her at first until
come to the United States and fight
they
under
showed like the front view.
Promotions banner. I believe John Riel Casimero is also promoted by MP Promotions, if I'm correct on that. So, again, we just continue to see more outstanding young Filipino fighters make their way stateside. But let's break down the card again, as I was really...
All right, we're not going to keep listening to him say the same shit over and over and over again. As Manny Pacquiao's doing his media rounds. So let's go right here just in case some shit pop up. So, yeah, I'm cool with the card. I'm cool with it. Yordan Usyk, okay, an acquired taste, fighting, defending his WBA super title. You have Victor Ortiz versus Robert Guerrero. Listen, what do they got to lose? Not either of them is going to ever get a title again. They're making a little bit of money. I'm guessing maybe they owe Al Heyman some favors, owe him some bread or some shit, or maybe they just want to fuck it, let's go fight. High chance that Victor Ortiz might quit. You know what? Let's pull up Victor Ortiz's resume. Wasn't his last fight against Andre Berto? By the way, Andre Berto done snuck his ass in the rankings too. Think he's slick. I think he's ranked by the WBA. There was heavy rumors of him versus Yordan Usyk that was going to be on this undercard. WBA make me so sick. I do not like that organization, yo. I like Yordan Usyk. Oh, and by the way, speak at blast from the past, Devin Alexander fights this weekend on PBC on Fox. Isn't that crazy? Crazy shit going on, man. Look, you think I'm joking? Yes, Devin Alexander, the one that fought Tim Bradley all them years back. Think I'm joking? He fighting Lucas Santa Maria on the undercard of Amanta. Damn! I knew how to pronounce this dude's name because I covered his last fight and I forgot. This card right here. I'm covering it this weekend. I'm back on my full-time boxing shit, guys. We doing it. How do you like this smooth, crisp, high definition here? This shit look pretty, right? I've been doing nerd shit like the last 3 weeks. I got like 4K cameras, a whole bunch of like nerd stuff going on here. Hold on, my ear is itching. I had an ear infection last week. Fucked me up real bad. I'm talking about like I was damn near ready to cry. Like, shit, I ain't afraid to say it. I was in despair. Like ultimate like despair. Like whole side of the face just Anyway, yeah, I'm covering this card. You got Amantas Stanianos. Damn it. And I know that's not how you say it. Versus Luis Collazo. Oh, shit. Gabriel Mastri versus Mikael Fox. Devin Alexander versus Lucas Santamaria. Cowboy Ryan Carl on this joint. Oh, I think he's about to work out now. I'm going to shut up when he works out. He just walked away from all the camera people. Hell yeah. Real men cry in the dark. Fuck is you talking about? You ain't in touch with your emotional side. That's why you don't get no bitches. Nah, I'm just joking around. Off-color humor. We don't refer to females as bitches around here. I just like to joke around, all right? It's a shame I gotta say this crap. Because people are always trying to cancel somebody or some shit. And the last thing I need is to be canceled. All right, I'm gonna turn it up. See what the deal is. Look at this motherfucker. Calves. Look at his calves. Boxing the only sport at mixed martial arts will be this like grown men looking at other men's bodies heterosexually. And be like, ooh, wow, he's in great shape. Oh, ooh, he got to get naked on the scales. Make game, make way. What the hell? That ain't me, y'all. That ain't me. Somebody tripped over the camera cords. That ain't on me. Let me see what they doing. Ooh, it froze. Look, the fans are pissed. What happened to the stream? Look, it froze. That ain't me, dog. Don't try to put that on me. Don't try to put this mess on me as y'all always do. Every time something go wrong, let me make sure see if they back. They be having all these wires and shit hanging around and people be tripping over them. Look, it froze. It froze. Well, anyway, no, that ain't me. That's they feed. They feed on some bullshit. And the Filipino fans, they don't mess around.
How dare you?
Ooh, Greta. This is why you don't get beaches, T Street. Thanks, Amok. All right, they went to the that's what they did. So we waiting for them to come back. They had some technical difficulties. So in the meantime, we can chat and chew a little bit. Or we can smoke or do some. Well, anyway, yeah. Ooh, UFC's this weekend too. I'm going to cover that. By the way, make sure you follow me on Twitter at T Street Contra. What happened? They feed went down. Oh, they back. All right, they back now. All right. Shh. They back. With the generic music. So yeah, they back now. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, we're back full time. So I've been, I lost the last week of July with an ear infection. Then I had to rebuild my whole platform. As you can see, things are pretty smooth and crisp around here, huh? 1080p, you like this? You like this shit? So now we're going to start creeping up to 4K. I got a GoPro camera and a whole bunch of like nice new gadgets. Like we got a lot of stuff going on here. So what I'm going to be...
How dare you?
Why is that like that? My bad. See, I'm still working out the kinks. And Greta was supposed to be gone. It's supposed to be... Hold on, let me test something real quick. It's supposed to be Pacquiao's mom. It's supposed to be... See?
Street Controversy just tipped $31.
It's supposed to be
This is a
Pacquiao's mom.
test super chat alert for $31.
That's the Nia Pacquiao. So I don't know why Greta keep popping up, but we're going to have to figure it out. She's had her time. Let me move this. Hold on, guys. Give me a minute. We're doing a little live... fixing up everything around here. So anyway, yeah, as I was saying, there we go. Hold on, get that down there. See, they still having technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on with them. But that ain't my fault. I'm just here to do my job, and I'm doing it for you, the people. Because it's your voice, man. It needs to be heard. So anyway, I'm going to be covering the card. In fact, I guess it's a good time to go look at the boxing schedule. If you didn't know, August the 14th is a very, very busy day in boxing. When we have the type of cards that we had this last week with Michael Coffey versus the Rice guy. What's his name? No disrespect. It was Mike Coffey versus, what was the dude named? Something Rice. PBC on Fox. Horrible viewership. Okay. You would think that they wouldn't log jam August the 14th the way they did. So let's go to Dan Rayfield's beautiful website where he has the best boxing schedule on the internet. Fight Freaks Unite. And of course, I am a fight freak. He updates it here. So basically, here are the fights of this week. On ESPN Plus, what was that, the 6th? That's Friday. Oh, they're back. They're back. They're back again. We're going to do this later. I told you people be in the arena, in the gyms, tripping over all the wires. Did Manny just leave? This is not a good look if Manny didn't do a media workout. You know why it's not a good look? Because Manny, no, he didn't leave. I don't believe it. Let me shut up. He ain't leave. He's around there somewhere. Jonathan Rice, that's his name. But not a good look if Manny Pacquiao don't do no media workout. Like, why are people leaving? Or are they kicking people out of the, like, yeah, what's going on here, bro? What's going on here? This Buboy. Now, Manny Pacquiao normally has multiple media workouts. I mean, not multiple. He usually has, like, a media workout for his fights where he actually, like, you know, like, does something. Let me listen in. Hold on. Let's see what you got to say.
Here in Los Angeles, as Manny Pacquiao met with the media, spoke with us, as we are just over 2 weeks away until the 8th Division World Champion steps in and goes head-to-head and challenges Errol Spence for the Welterweight Championships of the World. That comes your way August 21 on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. And talking with Manny Pacquiao, Freddie Roach, Buboy Fernandez, and Justin Fortune, the consensus is Manny's ready. And they believe...
Dr. D, you a son of a bitch.
But a number, they feel that Manny Pacquiao will be at his best on August 21st against Errol Spence Jr. Do not miss this.
You had that coming.
Coming your way. It's the biggest fight of the summer for the Welterweight Championship of the World. As it's all being brought to you by MP Promotions, Mandan Promotions, and TGB Promotions, and presented by Premier Boxing Champions. The pay-per-view goes live at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. If you want to be in attendance at the T-Mobile Arena, it will be a sellout. Tickets are available at AXS.com. Limited tickets are still on sale. Get them now. The pay-per-view portion looks like this. We'll start off with the matchup between Mexico and the Philippines, as the Filipino Mark Magsayo looks to remain undefeated as he will take on Julio Ceja. Then a matchup in the welterweight division, a throwback fight between the former world champions Robert the Ghost Guerrero and Vicious Victor Ortiz. The co-main event, a welterweight championship on the line, as the Cuban Yordenis Ugas will put his titles up for grabs against the Argentinian, the younger brother of Marcos Maidana, Fabian TNT Maidana. Then in our main event, Manny Pacquiao takes on Errol Spence Jr. Welterweight supremacy hangs in the balance, and it'll all come your way on Saturday, August 21st on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. What a night that we anticipate in Las Vegas. Could this be Manny Pacquiao's last time that we see him inside the boxing ring? Will it be the final time that he makes that legendary winning walk? Will it be the final time that he steps in between the ropes? Will Errol Spence be able to get the biggest win on his dossier? All those questions will be answered on August 21st on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. On behalf of Jason Aaron and our entire staff, I'm Ray Flores saying so long from the Wildcard Boxing Gym in Los Angeles. I can't wait for Fight Week in Las Vegas. Pacquiao Spence, August 21 on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Good night from Los Angeles.
There was no workout. That was a media Q&A. That's what that was. Like, there was no workout. Now, mind you, I've been sitting here since fucking 4:45 p.m. It's 2 hours. Now, I must say that is uncharacteristic of Manny Pacquiao to not have a media workout. Like, at least hit the mitts, the pads, some shit. You know? I'm disappointed. We did hear that September he has to finalize if he's going to be running for president of the Philippines or not. He has not ruled out that he is going to retire if he wins or loses against Errol Spence. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I got Errol Spence. I feel that the Southpaw versus Southpaw is going to be the defining factor. All Errol Spence has to do is pretty much just jab. Manny Pacquiao's coming is by the time he gets in the ring is going to be on a 25-month layoff. Last fight, what was it, July the 19th or July the 20th of 2019 against Keith Thurman for the WBA super title. Manny Pacquiao has now been elevated. Put it this way, I look at champion in recess as an elevation, but I don't believe that. I believe, my personal theory is this, that Manny Pacquiao was in serious talks with Terrence Crawford. The WBA being the shitty organization that they are, wanted to keep that WBA super title in the PBC family. So before Pac versus Spence got signed or official, they made him the champion in recess and kind of wish they didn't do it now. It's some scumbaggery there, and I just don't really want to talk about it because when I think about like how fucked up boxing can be sometimes, it's just like, ew. So they couldn't just go to your Dennis Ugas and say, hey, Manny Pacquiao's back. You know, we're going to have to take that and give it to him and then make you the world champion. And whoever the hell is the world champion now, Jamal James? The WBA is just fucked up with all their belts. I don't want to talk about it. So this fight is only for the WBC and IBF championship. And isn't the ring too? And isn't it the ring? Terrence Crawford doesn't have the ring. Let me go look here on my beautiful website, FightView360.com. Our rankings are updated monthly in accordance with the sanctioning bodies. Shout out to Mikey. Shout out to Big J. Shout out to Tony. What the hell's going on here? All right, there we go. Let's go look down at these 147-pound rankings here. Yeah. So isn't this fight going to be for the ring? So Spence would still have 2 more belts to collect to be undisputed. Now, I understand why he's fighting Manny Pacquiao. You can't turn that down. The money, the payday, the legacy, and Manny Pacquiao is... I mean, you got to think, you know, and I'm a Manny Pacquiao guy, but we haven't seen the bloke in the ring in 2 years. Now, I understand, you know, he's a legend, Hall of Famer, multi-division champion, But it's like, bro, we haven't seen the man in the ring in 2.5 years, and then he's got so much other shit he's been doing. And then for fuck's sakes, he lost to Jeff Horn. So it's like, you know, it's some tomfoolery. Yo, T-Street, you not up on the Olympic boxing? Yes, I am, and I'm tired of motherfuckers keep asking me. I've been getting a lot of comments. It's like, yo, I watched all the boxing, but the Olympics, I ain't been watching this shit. I watched the first round, and the fights come on too late. You know, so I've been following Jake Donovan from Boxing Scene, and he's been giving me the results. Now, tonight, I'm going to watch Olympic boxing. But motherfuckers been trying to come at me like, oh, you supposed to be watching everything. Go tell them other motherfucking YouTubers to watch everything. They talk about Wilder versus fucking Fury every goddamn day. Get out of my face. And I'm sorry if I'm a little untethered. All right? T-Street's on a diet, so I got to eat, you know? So it kind of fucks with you a little bit. But yes, I've been keeping up. I've been following. Because I haven't been following, but now, tonight is the night to follow. Shit. But I am disappointed that Manny Pacquiao didn't have a media workout. Like, damn, bro, this could be your last one, you know? But I understand he's got a lot of responsibilities. After all, he still is an active politician. I put the undercard information down below in the description box. And we have a whole lot of topics that we have to catch up on in the next, like, week. For example, what's going on with Canelo. And to be honest, we haven't really deep dived into Canelo versus Caleb Plant and what happened with that. I got mixed feelings. You know, Canelo wanted his $40 million guaranteed. He's like, listen, y'all want me to follow your platform? I don't give a fuck again to give him my $40 million. But Caleb Plant is not in a position to turn down shit. And it's like, okay, don't get injured. Don't get COVID. You know, Tyson Fury's on my shit list, but at the same time, I don't really want to harp on it too much because now the fight is just a little bit over 2 months away. Like, it's coming up now. I'm on the fence about Joshua versus Usyk because we don't know how Usyk is going to look if he gets punched in the face by a full-fledged 6'6" heavyweight with knockout power. So I'm just in a situation right now, and I'm like, But either way, boxing is going to be busy as shit. And as far as Manny Pacquiao, I want to ride with him. I want to ride with him. I do. But, yo, he's on a 2-year layoff, bro. And Derek James, I don't know. Put it this way. I think that Derek James is on his way to the trainer of the year if Charlo has one more fight this year. But I don't know, man. Oh, shit, what's up, PBC in the chat? I don't know, man. I just can't. And I already said I'm cool with Guerrero versus Ortiz because you know somebody gonna get fucked up. You know either Victor Ortiz is gonna quit or somebody's gonna get fucked up. Joshua soft. How's he soft? Now, you know what? Let me pull this up now since I got it. We're going to pull it up and see exactly what time what's tonight in the Olympics. I'm supposed to know this shit. You're right. Let me pull it up now. NBC Sports Olympic broadcast. I hope they don't try to copyright me for pulling this shit up. Oh, man, I had it bookmarked and I deleted it. Oh, Lord. Schedule. Okay, here we are. I believe it's 10 p.m. Eastern. Oh, man, I got to search for this. Like I was saying, Manny Pacquiao special. That left hand is special. But listen, man, I'm not going to just be coming on here like I don't feel it. And I have a reputation on YouTube for saying and giving some fucked up ass predictions because I go with my heart. I'm really not feeling it. Like, I can't just come on here. I just don't feel it. I just don't feel it. Now, if Manny Pacquiao was to win, what does that mean for boxing? Especially if, now, I wish I could show this clip again. I think he's really going to try to run for president. I was talking about it several months ago, and some Filipino fans were giving me kind of the scoop in like the comments, like, yeah, you know, he can try to run, but he's got like heavy opposition. I don't know. But imagine a president being able to still fight. How does that work? I don't think that can happen. Or even if he's a presidential candidate, like running, I don't think he can still have a fight. Freddie Roach said Manny dropped KO 2 opponents in sparring yesterday. He said that every fight. See, y'all falling for the cap. I've been covering all this stuff for years now. He always talked Freddie Roach every fight. And especially if it's a fight that Manny Pacquiao was going in, like possibly an underdog or a 50-50. Yo, I'm not trying to hear that. Nah, dog. Nah, he say that every fight. Nope. I think that Errol Spence's best chance, jab. You know, when was the last time Manny Pacquiao fought a southpaw? Let's go look. Let's go look at the resumes while we're here anyway. 62-7-2, 39 KOs last fight. July the 20th against Keith Thurman. I don't remember. I think I was on the fence with that fight. But I believe I had Keith Thurman going into it. I don't remember. Adrian Broner, that was pretty much a given. The Lucas Matisse, I remember some thinking that Lucas Matisse was going to have some, give Manny Pacquiao some troubles. But at that point in time, Lucas Matisse still, John Molina Jr. still has the soul of Lucas Matisse. Even though Matisse won. No, wait, who got Lucas Matisse's soul? And John Molina got Ruslan Provodnikov's soul. Provodnikov has Tim Bradley's soul. Who has Danny Garcia? Got the soul of Lucas Matisse. Yeah, he got the soul. Or was it Postol that took his soul? Danny Garcia beat him, but anyway, we're off topic. The Jeff Horn fight, Manny Pacquiao didn't take him seriously, and he got mauled. Thanks, PBC, even if that's you, for real. But thanks. Even if he got mauled, like, I still think that Manny Pacquiao won that. That Jeff Horn won that fight, bro. I think Jeff Horn won that fight. Is that one of them fraudulent slips I keep seeing Pacquiao? It was Postol that took his soul, right? You know, I got that video on the channel. I don't know, cuz. Also, a question has been coming up recently on, can Errol Spence be the face of boxing? Like right now, you can say honestly that Canelo is. But with this resume he's packing up on pay-per-view, bro. Now, Mikey Garcia, okay, all right. It's well known why he did that. The money, the pay-per-view name. Sean Porter, now that was a surprising fight and build-up. Now, I'll go to the grave to say that build-up from the face-to-face when Sean Porter was being crazy, and the post-fight press conference and the fight overall, that fight to me exceeded expectations. There you go. People calling me a hater. There you go. Why I gotta be a hater? Because I think Jeff Horn won. You want to know the truth? I don't remember. But I do remember thinking to myself that, what was it, round 9, Manny Pacquiao, round 9, that was the round where I believed that it was about to get stopped. That's a fight I need to go back and watch again. Because I'm pretty sure, I had like feelings like, I can't say Manny Pacquiao won that fight. And that's how I usually do it. I would say, I can't give that fight to him. Just like with Charlo Castano. I couldn't confidently give the fight to Charlo. You're a dumb. Why y'all gotta insult me, man? Y'all ain't shit, see? See, I do all this little fucking shit for y'all, getting copyrighted and shit. But this, two southpaws, and that's been a big advantage of Manny Pacquiao over like his career. And to fight another southpaw, a young one, in his prime, bro, an Olympian, bro. I don't think Pacquiao was going easy. I just think Pacquiao didn't take Jeff Horn seriously. A fight is a fight. When people talk about elbows and all that type of stuff, and how dirty the fighter's fighting, it's like, it's a fight. That shit don't, But we got a lot of videos we got to catch up on, though, for real. I was just looking at the schedule, and I was like, even though we don't have no real mainstream boxing until August the 14th, like, we got a lot of stuff, because I gotta do a whole video on Canelo versus Plant. What else? A Fury Wilder update. Tank Davis versus Keith Thurman rumors. Also, I'm going to be appearing on the Boxing Voice. Isn't that crazy? The Boxing Voice very soon. Ness just messaged me. We're going to be working with the WBC channel. They're building everything right now. I've already signed my form. They already let me know everything we have to do. I can say this. It's certain stuff I just don't care about in boxing no more. I don't really care about boxers' personal lives and shit, if y'all notice that. I don't talk about this stuff no more. There's so much you can talk about in the sport than like talking about what fighters are doing with their personal lives. And also, I have no interest in talking about cross-promotional platform fights that I know not going to happen or possibly not going to happen. Yeah, there's some good talking points like Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, but let's be real. What we've been shown is that it's likely going to be Lomachenko versus Richard Comey. So for the hardcore boxing fans, Jesus, it's my Alexa, stop. So for the hardcore boxing fans, you kind of know what I'm talking about. No, I'm not going to be a company man. I'm not going to be a company man. Stop saying that. I am not going to shill.
How dare you?
Okay, all right. I might shill a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of shilling. Right? Is that a crime? But anyway, we're going to be, I guess that was karma. Oh, and by the way, I changed some super chat stuff around. So, Count Drago, Tank KOs Keith to the body shot, 10 round, too young, too active. That's where I think it goes with it. I think it would be a body shot, bro. Angel, he's a degenerate. What do you think of Ortiz Jr.'s next fight? Virgil Ortiz against Aglitas Kavalauskas. I got a whole preview coming out on that. Very good step-up fight. And also Virgil Ortiz will be... Is that a WBO eliminator? Virgil Ortiz is at least one fight or two fights, including this one he's got coming up, against being ordered to be the Terrence Crawford mandatory. Like, August the 14th is very, very busy. In fact, that's what we were doing before we finished. So let's see. Now, I'm going to tell you right now. Now, for those who know me, I'm a low-down degenerate boxing fan. So, I may miss a big fight and not do a video on Andy Ruiz versus Chris Arreola, but you better damn sure believe I'll do a video on this. And on this, I covered Chris Algieri last night. And then I checked this morning. I was the only person on YouTube to do a video on Chris Algieri fight last night against Mikel Lepierre. Yeah, Cowboy Ryan Carl, but this probably not going to be televised. But I guarantee you, I will do a video on this. I'll probably fuck around and miss this and go do some other shit. But I'll definitely do a video on these two. Let's see. But let's go to August the 14th. These are the fights that I'm concerned about. Shit, I've been live for fucking 2.5 hours. So look how they log jammed us up. Oh shit, Austin Trout in Dubai. Wow, weird card. So listen what they doing to us on August the 14th. Now, this is when the shit really hits the fan. You got John Real Casimiro versus Rigondeaux for the WBO 118-pound bantamweight title. Antonio Russell, I like how Dan Rayfield did this, versus Manny Rodriguez. Rashid Warren versus Damian Vasquez. I've given up on Rashid Warren, to be honest with you. And this is on Showtime. Now, this right here, in my opinion, is the fight of the night. Boom. In Tulsa, over on ESPN and ESPN Plus, Joshua Franco versus Andrew Maloney. By the way, Big J is interviewing Andrew Maloney right now as we speak. I sent him the questions over before the stream started, so we're going to be I'm going to be uploading that tomorrow. So expect Andrew Maloney's interview to be uploaded tomorrow. Arnold Barboza, 140-pound contender, against Antonio Moran. Nico Ali Walsh, Jason Maloney versus Joshua Greer. This is a very good fight. And the top-ranked debut of Carlos Balderas. Also a very good card, but this card won't get priority over Casimiro Rigondeaux. Not on my channel. No way. You have Joshua Buatsi over on the Zone versus Richard Bulatniks. Now, let me tell you, Eddie Hearn PBC cards have been on some bullshit lately. I'll be honest. Savannah Marshall versus the TBA. Shayna Courtenay, alleged bigot. I don't think she's a bigot, though. But alleged bigot versus Jamie Mitchell. Oh, God. All right, I'll stop it.
Mike 880 Mike has just donated $5. You sicken me. Yes, it is a crime to say Horn beat Pacquiao.
Oh, shit. Damn. I forgot I put that little British voice there. Or, yeah. Yeah, all right, man. Thanks for the $5. I do feel kind of bad saying it, but it's what my heart feels, bro. And, we got to go with what the heart feels. So anyway, so you got these three cards, right? Boom, boom, boom. Showtime, ESPN, The Zone. Thompson Boxing. Let's just keep scrolling. No disrespect. Just keep scrolling. And yeah, wasn't it another card that I missed? Nope. Well, busy day. And then, of course, this gem right here. Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao. Yordenis Ugas versus Fabian Maidana. Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz. And Mark Magsayo versus Julio Ceja. Ooh, seductive. I like that. The return of Jose Benavidez. I'm looking forward to this versus Francisco Emmanuel Torres. I am not looking forward to David Benavidez versus Jose Uzcategui. By the way, I was on that Zoom call yesterday. Going to be uploading that as well. That was yesterday. And basically, David Benavidez, very well-spoken dude. Can miss weight, make you feel good about him missing weight. Just like, yo, bro, you really grew. Anthony Yarden, some bullshit fight. Now, this card, Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. Serrano versus Machado. Montana Love versus Ivan Berincek. Daniel Dubois versus Joe Cusimano. And Tommy Fury versus... The rumor is, if Jake Paul wins and Tommy Fury wins, they're actually going to fight being the first. And Tommy Fury will be the first fighter that Jake Paul actually fights. But to be honest, I think Jake Paul is going to lose to Tyron Woodley. But then again, I thought he was going to lose to everybody he fought so far. So there you go. So that's the August boxing schedule of note right there. Frank Warren is seemingly teaming up with Showtime. I was wondering why I had to pay fucking $13 for Joe Joyce versus Carlos Takam. I mean, $13, okay, all right, but but Joe Joyce, Carlos Takam wasn't on ESPN Plus, so I'm guessing that the BT ESPN, deal is over, and top ranked fights are going to be featured on Sky Sports over in the UK and other territories, since Eddie Hearn matchroom fights are going to The Zone. Outside of pay-per-view fights that will be on Sky, like Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk. I think that David Benavidez will put a boot in Caleb Plant ass. I have no issues like saying how I feel about Caleb Plant. I don't think he's that good. To be honest with you. I never really thought he was that good. And for him to turn down the Canelo fight, like Canelo wants his $40 million guaranteed. He like, no matter who I fight. It's like, okay, all right. That's a little bit, crazy. in this day and age, but he like, yo, who the fuck are you, Caleb Plant? Fuck out my face. Like, take it or leave it. I'm the A side. Now, I understand Canelo is no Floyd Mayweather, but in boxing right now, he gets the Floyd Mayweather A side treatment. And I respect the title. Listen, I respect the A side. I've been always a guy. I respect the A side. If you're the A side, I'm like, all right, listen, you want the fight, you know, and that goes for all sides of the street. Like right now, Errol Spence, if he beats Manny Pacquiao, even before this, I said if Errol Spence defeated Danny Garcia, that he's the A side over Terrence Crawford. Like, bro, you know, I like David Benavidez. I mean, not really too much special effects, but very good, come forward, strong, tall fighter. But I think he beats Caleb Plant. I think he beats Anthony the Dog Durrell. And I've said it before. Listen, I think the Dog Durrell beats Caleb Plant. And by the way, Caleb Truax has been ordered to fight in an eliminator to be the next mandatory again. Ew. What's going on? And what's going on? Bro, you watch out for the assassins. See, I see it. I read the super chat before it came up. You don't scare me. You guys can be some bullies sometimes. You know that? You can be like some real low down bullies. Like for you guys to be, you know, then again, I don't know how old you are. You know, but I would expect that you're some upstanding adults and citizens, but you're not. Y'all get on this internet, y'all just say all kind of crazy shit to people. You know what, though? My title was not clickbait. How is it clickbait? The motherfucker already...
Mike 880
Why is it
Mike
like
has
that?
just donated $5. You sicken me. P.S. Watch out for the assassin's eyes.
You put Pacquiao Spence, but talk most about other stuff. Hey, you goddamn stupid asshole. I'm not going to cuss you out. Rewind back the video, good sir. You're a scholar and a good man. And it clearly says undercard. And if you look at the description box, hey, you guys need to get off my back. All right? Get off my back. Also, it's looking like I'm not going to be going to any more fights in New York ever again, since they want to be ordering people to get needles just to go into buildings. Like, what's up with that? How long is that going to last? I was planning on going to a fight in November or December in New York. You know, hell, I got to be honest with you. I almost went to that PBC card, and I almost went to that Locks thing last night. But I was like, you know what, T Street, you're broke. No need to be going all the way out there, bringing home the Delta variant, some shit. Who I got, Packer Spence? I'm going with Spence, man. And the thing is, I feel confident about that. I feel confident about that. Well, then get the fuck out. How about this? How about I kick you out? How about that? I'm not going to do it because you don't deserve it. You listen to me. And if you don't like it, then listen some more. How's that? Let's see. Let's go look at a little bit more of the box schedule. See what we got here. Where's my mouse cursor? Selçuk Dean. He was Robert Guerrero's first fight at 147 pounds. He used to be the man. Oscar Valdez versus Robson Consacao. Oscar Valdez want that little quick payday. Let's see what else. Yo, you know what fight I'm getting hyped for? This right here. De La Hoya versus Belfort. How y'all think Oscar gonna look? It's supposed to be at 180 pounds. Steve Fulton versus Brandon Figueroa. Ooh, I forgot all about that. I don't know, cuz starting on August the 14th, like it's going to be pretty busy and lit.
How dare you?
Julio Ochoa has just donated $5. You sicken me.
This your ghost from the future, don't get vaxxed. The Illuminati is changing our DNA. Look up the symbol for medicine. It's a serpent climbing a tree.
It's getting biblical, huh? Thanks for the super chat. Listen, we're not talking about no vaccine stuff. That's the last thing I need is for them to put that COVID shit on the bottom of my video, you know, or try to, like, nah, dog. But yeah, no, listen, I just don't try to force me to do nothing. Like, that's my argument. It's like, yo, how you gonna tell me, bro, like, get out of here. I might as well get the Star of David. Get the hell out of here, man. Like in the Garden of Eden, the serpent is the devil. All right, getting biblical. All right, Manny Pacquiao. All right, Manny. Fury and Lopez caught the Minge COVID variant. Bro. The Minge COVID variant. I already told y'all, listen, I ain't scared to say it. I don't think Fury had COVID, and I don't think that Teofimo had the COVID. But at the same time, who am I? I can give my opinion, right? Shit, but that's the last thing I need to be doing is saying people lying about getting COVID, then I'll fuck around and get COVID, my sickly ass.
You.
I got to do something about Greta. Yeah, but we've been changing all of that. You know, getting some more up-to-date alerts. Yeah, like I said, I just don't want to be like, yo, like, I want to go to some bullshit fight, right, or a fight. And they like, yo, show me your vaccination card. Like, bro, get out my face. I'm not carrying around no extra shit, and I'm not opening up my phone for you. Like, watch. I'm waiting to see how many businesses going to go out of business because of this dumb shit. I'm cool. And also, I had the COVID. I got the antibodies. But do I got the Delta variant antibodies? How's that work? I got to trust the scientists. I got to watch some CNN. Dr. Fauci. See what he got to say. I got to listen to him. Fauci, what you saying? Gotta get out my damn face. But yeah, let's go look at some ticket sales. How was Pac versus Spence ticket sales doing? I think that's just gonna sell out. Let me tell you. Motherfucker, clearly I'm not vaccinated if I said I'm not getting no needle. What are you talking about? Let's see. Pac versus Spence tickets. I will stay my ass home. I don't go nowhere anyway. Bro, if you don't know what you're talking about, don't talk about it. Then how about you get the fuck out, Rodrigo? How about that? Telling me what to do on my channel. You people got some nerve. Let's go look at some tickets. Motherfuckers. Y'all people, see, I'll cuss you out. I've been doing this shit for far too long. I will cuss your ass out. Think you're gonna come on my motherfucking channel tell me what to do. Let's see here. Let's go look at some tickets. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Get out of here. Let's see here. The blue ones are tickets that are available. Let's see how much. I want this ticket. How much is this ticket? Give me that. 5,000. Shit. Y'all see that? Okay, how much is a nosebleed ticket? I want a ticket up here. Let me just get in the building. Is there a ticket up here? Let me just get in the building. Let me just get in. Let me get this seat right here. I want this one. $755. Are these good? Bro, stop writing me long ass paragraphs, weirdo. You looking like ill. Get out of here. Write me fucking essays and shit. I'm not reading that shit. I don't know, bro. How's $755? Like, how is that? Like, that looks a little expensive. But then again, it could be. I mean, it could potentially be Manny Pacquiao's last fight. You know, and they kind of billing it a little bit like that. $750 though? Damn. Just to like get in the building. Let's see like a little mid-tier joint. Let's see how much is this seat? 15. Damn, these things are. I mean, what is it? I mean, listen. I mean, I'm guessing that they sold out. I mean, it's like it's gonna sell out. What's this right here? Resale tickets. Resale. Oh, people reselling. I didn't know you can do that on the website. I don't know, cuz. I mean, I'm guessing, you know, it's Manny Pacquiao's last fight. Maybe they selling it off of that. The fact that people want to get out. Maybe, you know, like, well, people are getting back out so we can make these tickets high and shit. First Manny Pacquiao fight, you know, after COVID. But it looks like it's selling from what we're looking from the tickets on here. I'm guessing it's going to be a sellout. Because if those tickets are not available, they're somewhere, you know. Manny does bring in the high rollers. He's going to bring in all the celebrities. But also, I did learn from UFC and Dana White that a lot of those celebrities be like getting free tickets and shit and like asking for them. But not that much, though. I think it's going to sell out. I don't know what the hell's going on with Rodrigo, man. Rodrigo's a crazy ass. Leave me the hell alone. PBC is trying with that undercard. I mean, you got to think. When you have such a high-profile main event that you know both of the fighters, especially Manny Pacquiao, we don't know how much he's getting, but Manny Pacquiao is always guaranteed at least $10 million. Probably motherfucker around getting $20 million. So when you have that type of main event between Errol Spence, who commands a lot of money, and Manny Pacquiao, who commands a lot of money, I've learned that the undercard is not going to be that good. So what they're going to try to do is get some Hispanics on there. You know, I'm half black, half Hispanic, half Irish. Try to get, you know, our people on there. You know, get the ticket sales rolling and the pay-per-view buys, and a slugfest type of fight, which we're going to get with Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz. Now, Yordenis Ugas versus Fabian Madonna. I like that fight. Put it this way, I didn't really expect like some super great undercard. I didn't. Pay-per-view buys, though, I'm interested to see what it's going to do. Pay-per-view is on a steep decline, man. People are streaming the shit out of these fights. They are easy and shit to stream. You know? So I'm interested in how well this fight is going to do. I'm thinking 600,000, 600. But that 600,000 would have been 1.2 million buys fucking 10 years ago. Some shit like that. 1.2 million. It's too late, Rodrigo. It's too late. You're not dropping nothing. You tried to violate my rights. I don't know how. You know what I'm going to do? How about this? You know what I'm going to do? And I want to see what they do. I'm going to identify as being vaccinated. How about that? Say, I'm going to be like, listen, they're like, sir, show me your vaccination card. I'm like, well, I identify as being vaccinated. I'm like, you don't take my word for it? What are you, some type of, I'm going to cancel your ass. So how about that? I identify as being vaccinated. Now, and what you going to say? You going to be a bigot? You know? So, shit. I identify. Well, I don't know, cuz. I think the fight's going to be a success. Just overall. My degenerate ass did kind of want Yordenis Ugas versus Andre Berto. I would have watched that shit. But yeah, I have no room to fuck up though. Like I have no choice but to cover boxing. Shit, I need some motherfucking money. Hell no, I'm just support. Oh, you trying to get me in trouble? I'm not reading that. Listen, I think that people should be able to do what they should want to do. How about that? T Street is for the people. I wouldn't dare. You trying to get me to read that shit? I almost read it too. I almost read it. I don't support transgender athletes in the Olympics, though. I'll say that right. Let me shut up before I get trouble. No way. I almost got canceled once. Remember that shit like 4 years ago? Where like somebody, Travis Gotti tried to call me a rapist. Remember that shit? You see his career hasn't gone too well, fucking bastard. People are crazy out here. All over a girl. Bro, like people are crazy. The MLB World Series is free. NBA Finals are free.
How dare you?
Amok PvP has just donated $5. You sicken me. MLB World Series is free, NBA Finals are free, Super Bowl is free, but the best fight the best in boxing / UFC, it's $89.99.
Yeah, UFC, you know, the pay-per-view model was definitely dying. I don't see, here's the thing. Will pay-per-view die? I don't know. Like if pay-per-view will fully die. But it's looking like, you know, something may happen in the next few years. Because Dana White mentioned
How dare you?
Mike 880 Mike has just donated $5. You sicken me. You can't 50-50-50. It's called a third one third. Mr. Let's stop talking about vaccines yet continues to talk about vaccines.
It's my channel, damn it. I can talk about what I want to. How about that? And if they try to bring that vaccine mandate shit to my neighborhood, I'm just gonna lock the door. I'm not going out. I'm just gonna use Amazon Prime and I'm gonna use Grubhub Plus. Pay-per-view will never die. It's hard to see how it's gonna keep living, though. I can't say it's gonna die, but it's hard to see how it's gonna keep living. Because I'm gonna tell you, I got a pretty intricate setup. I'll show you here right now. I got a cable box. I'll unplug it. So I got my little cable box right here. My little cable box that I keep here. I watch all my fights on. So what I usually do is every time I buy a pay-per-view, I always open up an illegal stream link. I'll tell you to see how good the quality is. And they're becoming, listen, them pay-per-views, man. Listen. So I'm going to stop talking about it, but they catching up. It'd be like no interruptions. You can watch different feeds from the Sky Sports version, the BT version, fucking the Bangladesh version. Like, bro, they can't stop it. Oh, by the way, I do a little bit of beta testing on the Zone. They're coming out with something new. They're coming out with a watch party feature. I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about it. It didn't say I'm not supposed to talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it. They're experimenting around with a watch party feature. They're trying to figure out what to call it. Some of the stupid names that they have are Huddle, Team Watch, and like some old other shit. So you're going to be able to watch with, it looks like it said 4 people, family and friends, or something like that. But I suggested like, yo, like have like people be able to watch the fight who have a subscription to the Zone. Watch it like this, where you can have like a chat right there and everybody, and also like have like a chat where you're not like censoring stuff. I mean, unless it's homophobic stuff, and you know, of course, you know, I get a little off color. People, you know, like the R word, you know, things like that. Then let people like be free and chat. You know, we got a Andrew Maloney interview. Just came in. What do you mean? Don't ask me what links I be getting. What links you be getting? What links you got to share? I'm always looking for good new links. But yeah, we got to get up out of here. I got a lot of editing to do. I'm disappointed the fact that there was no media workout for Manny Pacquiao. It can be multiple reasons. One reason is he has a lot of responsibilities. He's still, a politician, very, very busy schedule. Freddie Roach also said in an interview with Ray Flores, Jesus, Big J, I'm streaming. In an interview that with Ray Flores, before Manny Pacquiao did his about an hour and a half ago, that Manny Pacquiao was up late, had a session. I believe it was like a political session or something, the big time difference in the Philippines. So maybe that's why he didn't train today or show us anything. But damn, it could have shadow boxed or something. I do want Paulie Malignaggi to come back. That would be great. And I don't like, what Paulie Malignaggi was released for. If you didn't hear the story, or the rumor is, basically, his freedom of speech, pretty much. Yeah, he said some fucked up shit, though. Don't get me wrong. But it was some other things in there, too, where it was like, all right, like they wanted him to be a little bit of a company man. And, he just wasn't feeling it. Because I deal with that shit, and I've dealt with it. So racism does still exist systematically. It may not be as big as it was before. Like, trust me, I deal with it. Like the biasness, but I'm not going to, bore you with that shit. I'll save that for another video. So he said something along the lines of that. But anyway, I'm getting up out of here. We've already been here for 3 hours. Got to go make some dinner. I'm making some seafood scampi that I should have made last night, but yeah, it's skinny seafood scampi with. Hey, I'll show you the recipe I'm making. Shrimp scampi, excuse me. I got the shallots, I got the peppers, I got the broccoli, the carrots, whole grain noodles. I don't want to get diabetes or high blood pressure, so we got to clean up our diet. I've had a very, very fat summer. Fuck it, fat year. Eating everything in sight, all kind of foods. I became a top 10% eatery reviewer on Google. No bullshit. I got like 4.7 million picture views across like crazy. So with that, I've gotten fat. No, not this one. This looks bland and unseasoned. It's not the one I was looking for. What am I making? Well, it's one of these. I forgot it. And not one of those stupid zucchini noodles either. But that looks pretty good. Well, all right. I'm getting up out of here, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. T Street Controversy with FightView360.com.